must share. The Cinderella Effect, elevated mistreatment of stepchildren in comparison to those living with genetic parents. It's a thing. An excerpt I will read: stepfathers or mothers' boyfriends. Verbatim. In our own research and in the review above, we typically define a step-parent as the co-residing partner of a genetic parent, regardless of marital registration. But marital status may not be irrelevant, and a large proportion of slain and abused stepchildren were the victims of their mothers' live-in boyfriends. This raises one question of whether Cinderella effects might be due primarily or even solely to abuse by de facto step-parents rather than registered marriage step-parents. The answer is that Cinderella effects are large, regardless of marital registration. Both registered marriage stepfathers and de facto stepfathers, aka common law stepfathers, mothers' boyfriends, cohabitees, and in older literature, paramours, are overrepresented as perpetrators of abuse in many of the studies cited above. Weeks, Shackelford, 2004, analyzed U.S. homicide data using a database that effectively limits the term step-parent to persons in registered marriages, even though the comparison group of parents includes both married and unmarried, and nevertheless found large Cinderella effects. Creighton and Noyes, 1989, estimated rates of child abuse by married stepfathers versus mothers, cohabitees in Great Britain, and actually found the former to be significantly higher than the latter, a unique result that is likely to prove exceptional. Fatal batterings of small children. This most severe category of child maltreatment exhibits Cinderella effects of the greatest magnitude. In several countries, step-parents beat very young children to death at per capita rates that are more than 100 times higher than the corresponding rates for genetic parents. Non-lethal abuse. The evidence for Cinderella effects in non-lethal abuse is much more extensive than that for homicides. Numerous studies from a diversity of countries indicate that step-parents perpetrate both non-lethal physical assaults and sexual abuse at much higher rates than genetic parents.